So now,
Thank you,
okay.
Professor.
Thank you for reminding. All right. So I got back, and now we can go on Zoom and I print something for us today. And before I go over the one I print to go over the topics, I would like to see, do you have any questions first? Anybody? You got any questions? From either from the Math 96 or from the statistics? Anything you have? Do you? Lot? Do you have any questions? If not, I'm going to share the screen from further. I think it's more important. And I saw many people already posted the answer for activity questions for the week discussion 2 and week discussion 3 at the statistical side, the math and the statistical side. We used to call math 160, but because the state law, they want to change the common number for all the college, university, and all the colleges. They try to make a common numbers for students to transfer because the statistics class are very demanded, it's required for almost all the majors here. So they require all the colleges. We had to make the number change to this new number, stat 1000. That's why you see the course name is different from before. If you took this class before, it was called Math 160, but actually the state want to be stat 1000. So this class is the one you need to pass, right? And let's go to share the screen. I created something here.
I do have a question, Professor.
Oh, yeah. I will take your question first.
Yeah, because it wasn't about the exercise. It was about the lockdown. I think I got it in, but I don't know.
Log out from the Zoom or from the web, the course.
No, the respondents.
Oh, responders.
Yeah, the lockdown browser.
The lockdown browser for some people is a really big trouble here.
Yeah, I mean,
because
I was having problems. I think I got in, but can you double check and let me know later?
You know what you can check is taking the student learning contract. We use that one to like an experiment to see you could log in or not.
Which one is it, Professor?
Student learning contract.
Okay, is it in the announcement?
It's under the quizzes.
Okay.
When you go to the quizzes, you will see student learning contract. Yeah, you can use that one as your experiment. We use that one as an experiment to see can you apply the responders or not. And if you go there, you click on that link and couldn't pop out, that means something wrong. You could pop out, allow you to complete the survey, then you're okay. And if not, I will suggest you contact Canvas help. Canvas help is a button on the left-hand side, bottom corner from your screen there. Click on that. We have people help you to go through this because they can check your website. You can check your setting to see what's wrong and what is lacking or what is not working. They can check for us. So
I can't get to the next level. That's all.
Oh, you cannot go to the next level?
I mean, like doing the install and I say yes.
Yeah.
Next, right? And then just after that, nothing comes up.
I see. So really, I wonder you go this. Someone give the suggestion. Yeah.
I think you got to open the browser and then log into, MyCoast and all that in the Respondus browser. Everything else will be closed, right?
Yeah.
I think I did that. So I should be okay then.
All right. Yeah, basically, that's the only thing you got to do is make sure that you open that specific program, lockdown browser, instead of like Safari or Internet Explorer or Mozilla, whatever you use.
Yeah, but if it makes you log in with your password and do it that
Ye-
way, you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Eric. This responders is very new to everyone now because we used to do portfolio, not the responders. And we studied it in the summer section and then now fall semester. So still very new for any problem troubleshooting. But we have team, we have some person that they are trained to answer the questions. And when you have problems, again, I will show you where you go, okay? Share, let me stop this share first. Then I'm going to share another one. Share my screen of this one, okay. Share. So this is our canvas site, okay? I was checking the work of each person. So this is Erica's work. And if you look at the screen on the left-hand side, there's one question mark here. That button is for Canvas help. So you can click on that one, and there's a link for you to ask for help, I believe. So let's click on that. So you can see you will go to our CCC, it's Coastline Community College Help for Students. So you can click on this link here, and someone from our Coastline will help you, and they can check your computer setting, so they can go over with you. Okay. So remember, Kim was a help here. Okay. So let me go back, and this button here with a question mark under the head student service, head of the your yeah, under this one, question mark, the button with a question mark, that's the right one to get the help. Okay. All right, and use a student learning contract as our experiment because we prepare for the midterm exam and final exam. Midterm final will be taking the exam at home, and that's why we require to take some remotely ported online for you to take anything at home. And this one, they require respondents. They require you have to shut down everything. You can now go to the other website. That's why Erica suggests you have to close everything. Then they will allow you get in. Okay. So try it again. Okay. And for today, I have prepared something for you because I checked the work of everyone did in the discussions there. I found something I need to point out to help everybody to make some correction. So it's good. We use the Zoom meeting time. Okay. So I'm going to share this again, the one I prepared. So let's stop share from the canvas and share again from the other one. This one, the whiteboard. The whiteboard I can write on and copy and paste things about to here. Much easier. So it's for today, our Zoom meeting. And first, I will point out that we need to learn how to use your TI-8384 because it's if you know how to do it, you got the advantage of that. Okay, it's much easier than those who do not use technology. Okay, and the handy one is a TI-8384. You just need to press on state, okay, and enter the data under the first column is L1, L2, L3 like that. I will under the L1. If your L1 already got some existing data, you need to go up, use the arrow key, right? Push up and hit the clear. Don't hit the delete, okay? Hit the clear, then go down again. Then you can enter all the data value under L1, okay? Then after you clear the data entry, if you have existing one there, then you should go back to enter the data. No, after you clear out, then enter all the data value. So this example is from your activity question 1. And I use this one as an example because I found that some people did almost correct, but there's something I need to make some correction here. So the first question was asked us to find the 5-number summary, right? Oh, I didn't finish our TI-8384. And TI-8384, after you enter the data under the L1, you press calc, right? CALC, ask calculator to calculate for you. And you need to select something here we call one variable state. And I tried to type in and couldn't allow me. I don't know why. You're supposed to do, will be able to select one variable states, right? If you watch the video, you should see that. But I think I will write it somewhere here. It doesn't allow me. Select the one variable state. That's the command. On your calculator, you look at after you hit the state and go to the calc and select the number one variable state. And that's the way, and the screen may pop out something like the list one. Okay, let me write somewhere. The screen will pop out maybe list one. This is for TI-84. List one will confirm this. And you will see frequent list. Just skip it. You don't need to do anything. Okay. Then just go down to the calculate. When you hit the calculate, enter. Okay. So I entered the data earlier already, and then I just go down, hit enter. I come out with all the solution already for these 7 data we have here. Okay. The screen will pop out for the mean X bar and will give you additional important information that we call standard deviation. We measure the variation among the data in average. And that's formula is kind of complicated, right? And if you have TI-8384, you really got advantage of that, okay? So first, let's go start from this Q3 is supposed to go up here. Q3 maximum for the following data set. So this is the same data set I posted earlier. So I'm going to, most people did the right. How come they, sometimes the word pop around. Okay, question 2. Actually, question 2, we just need the, and the funny thing is I cannot make a correction. Let me see. Let me try to erase something here. Question 2. We're supposed to have question 2. So I had to erase this. Huh. Oh, this is funny. Look like it doesn't allow me to erase, change anything. Question. Okay. Question 1, just find out a 5-number summary. So you use a TI-8384, follow the command I gave to you. You should have come out very easily to see. And first, the screen will pop out the X bar and standard deviation, and you need a scoring down. Can use a down arrow key. Go down, you will find out the Q1, Q1 minimum is 21, Q1 is 38. Median is 54, Q3 is 69, maximum is 78, okay? If you use that technology quickly, you got all the answer out, okay? But I'm going to explain to you in case you don't have the technology in your hand. You can use a concept to determine it, okay? So let's use this data set here. And so that's the questions we have there. Maybe I have to open another one to be able to write anything here. Okay, let's move up. All right, let's use a new page. So among these 7 data here, 78, 65, 54, 38, 69, 21, 39. First thing we do, you need to make, you need sorting the data. That's very important. In the past, I found some student for the exam, quickly just jump in the middle and pick up the number like a 38. You will say, oh, 38 in the middle, that's the median. No, you cannot do that right away. Sometimes, luckily, it could be that's the right one, but most of the time, you need to do something about, right? So let me find the room here. So you should do this, okay? We need to sorting the data, okay? Starting with, let me, okay. Starting 21, comma, then, well, no, I have an extra one. Okay, so the first data is supposed to be 21, right? And the second one should be 38. 38. And the next one, oh, how come this board jumping around? 38. Then I want to write 38 here, but that don't allow. 39, I had to write it quickly, huh? 54. Then 65 and 69. Sorting your data here. This is not right. This whiteboard, earlier time I tried it was good, but now don't give me the trouble here. Let me use this one. Okay, let me try again. So sorting the data, okay. What I wanted to do is sorting data. Huh, this is recording what I said. Then you will start 21, 38, 30, 21, close out this one, too many. So it's supposed to be, I want to cut this one. 21, 38, cut this one too. 21, 38, 39. Okay, you just want to go down there. That's okay. 54, then 65, then 65. It's so hard to write. 65, then 69, then 78, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Supposed to be 21 down to here too. 21. But now 21 went to the last one. I don't want to be here in the last one. 21 is supposed to be first one, the smallest value. And I want to show you the median will be the 54 because we have other number, right? Because we have other number, when you have other number of data here, our median will be exactly in the middle. So that's the 54. Then 54, we know 54 is the median. We can denote it as a M, capital M, and actually capital M, not a small m, cut. Oh. I don't know, this whiteboard doesn't cooperate with me today. Okay, so our median dividing the data into the two part. One is we call lower half, okay? Lower half. And the lower half include the lower half are those value 21 and 38 and 39. The three values. And you can see three numbers here, we become the other number again. So our median of the lower half is the 38, right? So 38 is the Q1. So from the lower half, we can determine Q1 is 38. That's how you would go, okay? The Q1, I want Q1 here. Q1 equal. This boy, something wrong here. Q1 is 38. And as I try to show you, Q1 is 38. But they don't want to show me as that. I don't know why. Really give me the trouble. So, you will use the same idea to find out the upper half. Our upper half will be the other three numbers, right? The lower half are three numbers, 21, 38, 39. And the upper half is on the other side of the median. The upper half will be another three numbers here, 65, 65, 69, and 78. And in the middle is a 69. So that one is a Q3, okay? So remember, you can use median definition to determine first quartile and third quartile. First quartile is the median of the lower half. And quartile 3 is the median of the upper half divided by median, okay? Definitely this, my whiteboard something wrong today. Sorry for that. All right, so after that, I'd like to show you how you draw the box plot, okay? Because the box plot, people showing on the discussion board, you use the 5 number correctly, but the drawing is not the way what you do there. I hope I can use this board to draw the box plot. Let me see, can I open another one, because this one is really giving me the trouble. Upper, okay. So I will use a ruler to make it a horizontal line. And where is my horizontal line? Okay, I will just draw my hand. It's very funny today. Draw the horizontal line and become to here. Why? I think I need to get out of here. Okay, go back to this side. So I'm going to draw the box plot, okay? So the box plot, the first thing you do, you need to draw horizontal line first, okay? I try to use a ruler here, but it doesn't allow me to do it. Anyway, draw the horizontal line, then make it a scale. Since our data started with some number, 21, right? So you can make a 20 first. Then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Try to make an equally divided sub-interval here. So 21, you will go after the 20 here and a little bit go up here. So this one will presenting my minimum. Presenting 21. And this location here, position. A little bit to the right of the 20. You have to write your box plot on scale, okay, it's not just write the number and without the scale here. We'll come back here. So that's the minimum. Then the Q1 will be the 38. So I will go close to the 40 here, right? About close to 40 here, 38, and make another segment 38. And this will be the Q1. Okay. And go to the next one, median. Median is a 54. So I will go almost halfway here, a little bit to the left, 54, and go up and draw 54 and put a median. Then the next one is a Q3. Q3 is 69. So you will go close to the 70 here and make the segment and write down 69 because I do by hand. I need to write the number to show exactly. And the maximum is 78. So you come to the 70, close to the 80 here, 78. Right? Put the 78 and indicate this is the maximum position here. So after you done this, you need to close the box. Okay, close the box, rectangle box. Then connect the minimum and connect the maximum. So this is the box plot. And your number is supposed to show match the position correctly. With 21, 38, we have about 17 units apart there, right? 38 to 54, you can see about 16 units apart. So proportionally scaled. That's why you had to start with some scale on the horizontal line on the bottom, okay? Unless you use some computer drawing, they can make a scale for you. I saw some people just put the 30, 21, 38, 54, and without a proportionally distance here. That's not right, okay? And something I want to point out here is about how you find out the mean and sample standard deviation, okay? Because in chapter 2, the most important, I will say, how you find the mean, median, okay? And 5-number summary, and draw the box plot correctly, and standard deviation, okay? And understand the standard deviation, the relation standard deviation, okay, standard deviation. Standard deviation is a deviation from the mean. We always compare with the mean, okay? All the data we have, doesn't matter, sample data or population data, we measure how far from the mean, okay? And then we take that difference, go to the square power and add them up. Then divide it by, depend, right? Standard deviation. If you're working on sample data, you're working with sample data, your notation with using a small x. And the calculator is showing the x with subscript of the x there. That's okay. Let's just say standard deviation of the variable x only. And for the sample standard deviation, our formula is square root of each data minus the mean x bar, go to the square. Then we add them up, all the deviation go to the square, and divide by n minus 1. N minus 1 is the degree of the freedom for the sample data. Because sample is a sample. It's not the whole population we counted here. So we kind of subtract 1 to give some freedom. We could have more deviation could occur because we only count a certain group of the sample data only. That's why your formula always is C, n minus 1 at the bottom. But for the population standard deviation, okay, you have to use another notation we call sigma. This is from the Greek, okay? This is from the Greek. We use their notation because they studied the statistics first in the world. And this population standard deviation is about the same formula. It's a square root of the sum, well, same thing. Each data minus the mu. Now we use a mu, right? For the sample, we use S bar for the mean. For the population, we use a mu for the mean, okay? Different notation, okay? So in the future, when you write your report for the project or after graduation, you need to write some report for the work you, where you work to reporting something. Don't use the wrong notation. Simple mean X bar. Population mean mu. We call mu from the Greek. Okay, mu. Yeah, pronounce it like a mu. It's from the Greek again. And we divide by also always go the square power. Then we divide by all the number, right? All the number inside the population there. So that's fine. We use capital N. You don't need to subtract 1. Okay, because you divided the average of all the data deviation square we have. So for standard deviation, always we have to carry square root, okay? Because before we had the calculator, computer software technology, I would say 20 years ago, right? When actually 30 years ago, when I started teaching a statistic, we always had to do by hand. No technology to help. And that time we always use a formula, okay? And we need to start with variance first. Is just make it easier to do the calculation. Simple variance or population variance. But now today we have technology and TI-8384 calculator so simple and easy. They already pre-program this formula inside and give us the answer of the standard deviation directly. But sometimes you may see some homework exercise and ask you, what is a variance? Okay, let me write down here. The variance is this. Wow, so thick. Variance. That's what I talk about. And the variance could be for the sample, could be for the population. So variance for the sample, now corresponding to that, the x, just the x go to square, okay? Just put the however from your technology calculator, just take that value, go to the square power. That's what be the variance. 20, 30 years ago, we had to calculate this one first. Then we take a square root of that, okay? But today we are doing the reverse way. And for the population, we will use sigma square, okay?
I
So
can't see it. Can you lift it, Professor? I don't know why I can't
oh,
see
I
it.
had to move up, huh? You cannot see it. That's right. Okay. Okay. Good, you reminded me. Yeah, I was writing on the other board. Okay. Variance, just x go to square. And population variance is sigma go to square. Okay. So that's the original formula that we used 20, 30 years ago always. But today we don't use that because we have technology where we have to calculate that. That's take time to finish one problem. If you just have 5 data, that's not too long to do x minus mean, go to square, add another x minus mean, go to square, add all the data here 5 times. But if you have 35 data, you can see how long you have to go. But fortunately, now we have technology to help. We can use computer software. We can use your TI-8384, just enter the data and give you the answer instantly. Okay, so save a lot of time. But we need to know what's the connection here. In case your homework exercise or quizzes problem asks you to find a variance, you know that's a connection here. However, from your technology, find out the x or find out the sigma. But most of the time it's simple. So find out the x here, you just hit the x go to square, right? You can do this. Once you have x, okay, and you hit your calculator, there's a key, x go to square. Not the key from your TI-8384 calculator or any calculator. We bring up a square power, okay, and we give you the variance. So from this, when you hit this one, okay, keypad, we give you the answer of this, give you the answer of the variance right away. Okay. So try to use technology, because if you do by hand, it's really taking time and could easily make a mistake here. And you need to recognize the notation, right? In order to use technology, you got to understand that X bar is presenting the sample mean, and the mu is presenting population mean. And the standard deviation, we use a small x for the standard deviation. And we use a sigma for population. So the calculator will pop out all the information there. You have to select the right notation, right, to get the right answer. Okay. So that's something I want to remind you for chapter 2. Chapter 2, you should use this. And to get a 5-number summary, you follow the statement I gave you earlier. Maybe I should repeat it. Let me write time. Can I change this one up? Okay. Now I have more room to show you. So important today, I will say you should practice, okay, and learn how to use your TI 8384 and to find out the mean, to find out the standard deviation. When you have question like this, as you did, okay. Standard deviation. Then from standard deviation, when you hit this symbol on your keypad there, a square, that will bring you the variance, right? The answer of the variance. Okay. So, and also you can use the TI-8384, just scrolling down, you have one keypad like this, okay, and round it, and then they have go up, the key go up, and the key go down. It's a navigation, okay, and go the left, go the right, like this. So you just need to use that navigation key here if you want to go down to find the 5-number summary. Okay, 5-number summary. You just hit the down arrow key and go down. We give you all the 5-number summary instantly. The minimum, Q1, median, and median Q3 maximum. Okay, so really save you a lot of time. Okay, and for accuracy as well. Right. So we can use some example. The data we used earlier. Okay, so let's use the same data here. Example. At the 21, 38, I couldn't show you earlier correctly. 54, 65, 69, and 78. Okay. So if you use a technology, you just need to enter the data only, okay? You don't need to really sorting it, because calculator will do for you, okay? But if I don't have one, or not available yet, or technology is not available for me, you can just use the idea I mentioned earlier. If this odd number, the median is exactly in the middle, then we separate two sets, right? The low number we call low half here. The earlier I couldn't write it correctly, so now I repeat again. And the right side of the median we call upper half. Just the half of the data, and which is a greater value than the median, right? Then use the median concept. The left-hand side, we have 3 number. It's an odd number. Every time when you add a number, your median is exactly in the middle. So 3 number only, exactly in the middle is 38. That's how you determine this is Q1, right? Quartile 1, Q1. So let me write again, Q1. And the upper half in the middle here is 69. So that's the Q3. And you can see 21. 21 is the minimum, right? This is the smallest value, minimum. And the 78 is the greatest value here. So that's the maximum, okay? So you can easily, without the technology, you can also find the minimum, Q1, median, and Q3 maximum for 5-number summary, okay? And I hope from now on, when you draw the box plot, put the horizontal line, put the scale, equally divided the number, okay? From smallest number, cover all your data you have. Then point out what's the value of the 5-number summary correctly with a proportionally distance, okay? Not just put the number on, okay? So this is something I want to remind you here. And any questions about the mean, median, and standard deviation or 5-number summary? And in chapter 2, we have one more measurement tool here beside the mean, median. We have one more, right? When you read in the textbook, you should have seen that one. It's the one we call mode, right? Mode is the most frequent data and the most frequent value. So, for example, I randomly select some exam score from our class, and I found that some people got, for example, just an example, some people got 78, some people got 80, 80, and 80 again, and then I found 90, 95, 99, like that. Okay. Then this is the example for you to decide. Do we have mode here for this type of exam? For this exam score we have? You will say, yes, we do. It's number 80, okay? So we only have one mode. The mode is 80. It's the most frequent value among all the data we have. And you will say, when we are going to apply this, I will say, one day if you decide to open one shoe store or clothing store, this mode will be very useful tool for you to decide your company is going to have enough the stock to satisfy the customer coming to purchase from your merchandise here. For example, if you have one shoe store there and you find out that, wow, from the last month's sale record, there's a shoe size, the receipt, the sold, the invoice shows number 7, number 8, number 8, or 8.5, or 9, or size 10. And from the last month's record, this is just an example I made up again. 7, size 7, 7 appear twice. It's the most often among all the invoices that you have there. Then you have shoe size 7. It's very popular for the women's size. So you need to purchase more stock there, right? And another question is, can we have 2 modes? Yes, we could, right? Could be another size is very popular too, like a number 9 and appear the invoice 99 all the time, and 77999. So you are going to have, if they are the most frequent value and they are the same number there, then you have 2 modes, 7 and 9. Okay, so mode usually apply to count what's the most frequent value we have. And in business, they use a lot of this, right? So we have 3 majors of the center, major of the center. So number 1, the most important is the mean, right? You need to know how to do this. Number 2 is the median. You need to decide the median correctly. Number 3 is the mode. Okay. And so this is for um, majors of the center. where is the majority of the data value are. And
Professor, can you move it up a little bit? I can't see again from the bottom.
oh, that's true. I always forgot because I'm using another one here. I'm using another iPad to write. So iPad is more flexible, you can move around, but rejected to my computer, and I have to move by hand here, push the keyboard. Okay, so remind me, okay, and you cannot see it. Mean, median, mode. And by the way, anyone got a question on the median? Median for the other number set is exactly in the middle. That's easy. But how about you have even number of the data set? How you decide the median? Let me make an example here. For example, we have data value here. For example, I have data value 60, 65, 17, 78, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make an even number, because even number usually some people will make a mistake here. So let's say I have I have even number, right? Even number of the data set, even number. So my median, you can see the definition of the median is the middle value. When you sorting the data in order ascending, right? Increasing from smallest to the largest. So if you count here, you will see, 1, 2, 3, this is the third one. From the right side, 1, 2, 3 will be 78. So we have two, okay? When you have even number, you have two value in the middle here. So you always, even number, you have two middle values. So you need to take these two, add up, and divide by 2. Okay, we take the average of them. So 148 divided by 2, that will give you the median actually is 74. And I remember once upon a time, a student showed the work 74. I said, wow, good. But when she chose the multiple choice answer, she picked out the 78. So I was very curious and asked that student, you did it right, how come you chose the 78? Now the student answered me, because 74, I couldn't, it's not a part of our data here. So I just think maybe I should have round off something here. So that's why I pick up 78. So please don't do that, okay? I want to correct everybody here before making any mistake here. That our median is not necessary to be part of the data. No, we just try to find out where is the value which will be in the middle of all the data set. So when we have even number, we have two middle value here. So you just have to take the average of the two, okay? And so the right answer is 74 as the median. Okay. So I want to remind you this one because it's a common mistake I found in the past. And not only one person did that. Okay. And any other question you could have from chapter 2?
I have a question about the medium that you just showed. So you said that the student picked 78 because the answer didn't have 78 and the answer was 74. So how do, like, when it comes to multiple choice, if it's only 78 and the actual answer isn't there, what do we supposed to do?
No. My test, I will put the 74 there.
Oh, you will put it there? Okay.
Of course, maybe the multiple choice should give you the right answer. But of course, it will give you 70, 78, 74, 72. And you have to choose the right one. Okay.
Okay.
I just remind everybody, the median is not necessary to be part of the original data because I found that some students confused with that. So they just round off themselves, pick up something from the data. given there. Okay, so 74 is the right answer when you have the even number. Okay, even number of the data set. Your median will be average of the two. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Any other questions, everybody? I think in chapter 2, you should have some homework problem with percentile. Have you done with that? Because that's again, that was the common mistake in the past too. Quartile is easy, right? Quartile is every 25%, you set that position there. So quartile 1 cover 25% of the data. Separating 25% of the data below the first quartile, Q1. And the median, 50% of the data below the median, right? And quartile 3, 75% of the data below that quartile 3. Okay, that's the quartile. And the common quartiles we use is the quartile 1 and the quartile 3 is 2. Quartile 2, we just call as a median. Okay. Then we have this percentile is in the chapter 2 as well. Percentile, maybe you have to pay attention how you choose the right number correctly. And so far, I don't have anybody ask me the question about the percentile, but I will give you maybe head up something here. To find out the percentile, you need to follow the formula here, okay? So let me share with you where is the formula, and where is the example to follow and to get right, okay? I would suggest you work out with this example I'm going to show you first. Then you can answer the question from the homework or the quizzes, okay? So let's see, I'm going to find your textbook. Let me see, stop a share. Okay. Then I need to find this one from your course website. Okay. So let's go to your statistical site. And I'm going to open up the textbook. And every time you go to the course homepage, you can find the link to open your book. And now I'm just follow that. Okay. Maybe I should let me find out that I share with you. Okay, chapter 2. So now I can share with you. There's our sharing. Or share textbook. Okay. So did you see the textbook now? Can you see it? Wrote. Can you see my book? I think it's right here. 2.3.
Yes, we can see it, Professor.
Thank you. So I went to the 2.3, okay, measure the location of the data. And there's an introduction about the quartile. I need to mention something here. This is some question appears on the final exam, the exam all the time. The IQR. Okay. When we do quartile, I want you to remember what is the IQR. IQR is the interquartile range, okay? And the definition is very simple, just Q3 minus Q1. But if you don't remember the definition, you just cannot answer anything, right? So, for example, we did some example here. Yeah, you can use this example above here, data. So this example above is even number of the data we have, right? And the Q3, okay, since our median is 74, in between 70 and 78. So 74 separate our data into the, let me copy down here, 60, 65, 70, 78, 80, 89. So our median, it is in between, right? 74, that's the median position here. So median separate our data into the, again, lower half here. And the other side, upper half. Okay. So the median of the lower half will be the 65. And that's the Q1. And the median of the upper half will be the 80. And that's the Q3. So I take this data as an example. My IQR, Q3 minus Q1 will be just 80 minus 65. And that's will give you 15, right? So 15 is the IQR, interquartile range. How far away between the two quartiles, okay? And we can use this one to determine outlier for the data. So I don't know, have you encountered the homework question ask you, do we have outlier or not? And how you find the outlier, you need to use this one to do it. Okay, let me show you. You have to apply 1.5 times IQR, whatever number IQR, rule to find outlier, if any. Sometimes we don't have, sometimes we do, okay? So how you apply this? You need to find out the lower fence first. Lower fence. And lower fence is defined the Q1 minus 1.5 times this IQR. Okay. And upper fence is using the Q3 plus 1.5 multiply IQR. Okay. So probably we can see this data very consistently close to each other. We don't have outlier by our eyes here. But I just use this one as an example to show you how you find the low fence in case your other homework exercise with different data there. So first,
Professor, we can't see your work. You're only showing
no?
the book still.
Oh, no, still showing the book? I'm sorry. Stop.
It's okay. I was like, what? Okay.
Oh, you had to remind me because keep on going. I don't know what's going on your side. Sorry. Okay. So this is the one I try to show you again using my whiteboard. And the whiteboard, I use the example of the data 60, 65, 70, 78, 80, 89 because they are even number. I think it's a good example for you to see when you have even number, when you have 14 data or 20 data, even number. That's how you decide where the median, okay. That's why I showed that. Then after we done that one, I try to show how we find out the outliers because sometimes our data give you the outlier there. Sometimes by recording error, or sometimes data is not accurate. Some people exaggerate or misreporting here. So what do? We have rule to apply. We use the 1.5 times the IQR rule to find out the outliers, if any outlier exists there. And to find the outlier, you need to find the low fence first, okay? And the low fence, you can also write down like a LF, okay? And the upper fence, we use a UF. So that's just an abbreviation. So the definition is this, okay? So I was going to use this as an example to show you how you find it, okay? So first, let's see, you need to find out the IQR. So IQR, I think I did earlier already, right? IQR, it's just remember the difference between Q3 and Q1, right? And of course, we use a greater number, subtract a small number. So which is 80 minus 65 and give me the 15. So now I'm going to find out what is 1.5 multiply IQR. So you just need to take 1.5 multiply 15 and should give you something like a 22.5, I think. Let's see. 1.5 multiply 15. I will get, yeah, I was right, 22.5. So that's the 1.5 times IQR. Then to find out the low fence, we just use the Q1, which is 65, subtract. This is 22.5. Another 65 minus 22.5 will give me 42.5, right? And the upper fence, you will use a greater number, 80 plus 22.5. And that's what you mean, 102, right? Oh, you making the trouble here. You give me 100. This that one disappear. Okay. Okay. I go back and change my color here. 102.5. So that's the upper fence. So when you go back to your drawing of the box plot, right? For this example, our data is starting 60. So let me move up. Now it's a freeze. Let me close this. Okay. No. Okay, it's moving now. Okay, good. So I'm going to show you quickly as a box plot for this data we have. So the data we have here, starting 60. Right? I need to move down to see the data. Okay, the data. So the data starting with a 60, so I can make a 60 here, and 70, 80, 90. That's good enough. So based on this data, our minimum is 60 here. Our Q1 is in between 65. Our median is 74, about here. Our Q3 is 80, about 80 here. And our maximum is 89, very close to 90. So I close the rectangle bars and connect the maximum, connect the minimum. That's the box plot, okay? So I'm going to add on the low fence and the upper fence, okay? So the low fence is 42.5 about here. This is about here. And you just make a bracket, okay? And show here is a low fence is right here with 42.5. And upper fence is 102.5, 102. So 100 is here, more than 100. Go up here, make another bracket, close this way. So this is the upper fence. So people will read, oh, your data is within our fence inside. So for this example, it's no outlier. Right? No outlier at all. in case I have some data, for example, we have data of the 105, okay, adding to that data set. So if 105 will be here, right? 105 about here. Then this data value will be the outlier because of our fence, outside the fence, okay? So if you have outlier, we just put a dots like this to presenting outlier. This is just an example I made up, okay? So today, I think it's good that we review all these chapter 2 important things and the things I found the common mistake happened before. And I hope this will help you to do your chapter 2 100% correct. Okay. And if a discussion board there, if you didn't draw your box plot correctly, you can go there to change it. Okay. Follow the way I show you here. Make the scale in the bottom first. Unless you have technology to help you to draw the box plot with proportionally divided correctly. Okay. All right. Today we'll stop here. And again, sorry for been late because of traffic. I have meeting in the LA, and I saw the finish at 5. I could drive back in Los Angeles, in our Orange County here by 6, but that's just impossible. Okay, traffic is so bad. But I try next time. Don't go anywhere. Stay here, before stay in Orange County here. Don't go any place. So hopefully see you next time on time at 5 p.m. next week. Okay. And again, if you have any question, you can always post on the discussion board or email me. Okay. So see you next week.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
all.
You're
Take care.
welcome. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Professor, I have a question.
Sure.
Are
I'm
you going to
sorry.
be able, can you tell on your end if if that lockout is working or not?
No, if it works, that means you can submit your student learning contract. Did you submit it?
I tried and I couldn't do it.
Oh, you still cannot.
That's the only thing. I'm like, what happened? I had that
Mhm.
last semester. I couldn't do it either.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
I want to call somebody, but I'm going to do what you said and ask that
No, no,
question.
no. About technology, we had to ask these people here. They are the IT.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
I
don't
called.
know.
I called today and they couldn't help me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But did you email submit a ticket to the
Yeah, I'll do that now. So,
do
since
that
you
is
showed it
better.
earlier.
That's our coastline IT. Is
Yeah, I'll do it in the
faster.
morning.
Yeah, do
Yeah, because
tomorrow
I'm
morning.
like, why am I not getting my 10 points?
That's okay. If
If
will
I
get
turn it
your
in by the end of the week, I'll get my 10 points. Professor.
you will. We just
Okay.
want everybody be able to set up your
I know.
responders because we prepare this all for exam. It's more important. So
Yes,
tomorrow,
I will
submit a
call.
ticket, okay? Go to the
Okay.
help, that question mark button, submit a ticket, tell them, I need help though. I still cannot go to,
I mean, I went in and I did my email and everything. It should be on now. But
oh,
I couldn't do that question that you needed me to do.
that's a student learning contract. And that's one we need to try
I will
out.
call. I will call
Yeah.
because I know we need this for midterm.
Yeah, this is prepare for the midterm. So
Okay.
submit the ticket for them, okay? They should be
Thank
able
you.
to help you, okay?
All right,
Many
Professor.
people
Thank you.
already did this, okay? So let me know how's it
Will you
going.
add this into the discussion email? So that I mean this video, you add it into the.
Yeah, I will put it into the discussions.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye.